So these niggas try to press Superman's mom, and she not going for it. She says,
"Go to hell."
The mother really needs a round of applause because she's really the strongest person in this movie. Because a regular human in the face of something so much more powerful and knowing you can't beat them, they ask you to surrender and you say,
"Go to hell."
That just screams willpower for me. Because they wasn't even asking her about Superman. They were just asking about the capsule he came in. So she really did this for humanity as well. And that's why she's the GOAT. Cause let's be real, most niggas would have pissed themselves, begged for their lives, and probably sold their adopted son out, and secretly thinking it might not be no harm at all just cause he's superhuman and could survive against him. Just for a few more minutes of breathing. Yes, I know you niggas. I'm an overthinker. This world can be cruel. And speaking of cruel, how dare you? Man, get your hands off her. Not gonna lie, just off of this, most niggas would've gave up everything they had. But then she gives away the location with her eyes, and now they on to them. Then they just throw mama to the side. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting her. This shit is making me feel true anger watching it. So that old girl ends up going in there and she could not find the codex in the pod. She tells him the bad news and his first reaction is to flip a car into a house. This nigga wanna start the Kryptonian Empire again, but throwing tantrums when he does again what he wants. You not ruling nothing like this, bro. But then he asks Superman mom, where's the codex? She says she doesn't know. He asks the same thing with more bass in his voice. Where is the codex? He really thought raising his voice was gonna change something. She was just getting choked out and she did not budge. What made you think raising your voice was gonna work? See, now you just sound like them teachers that get no respect in class. You done yelling, now you talk about something. I'll wait. After all that, he gets rushed by Superman. He doesn't let him go. You could feel the anger as he pushes him through a building. And Superman just slams him down. Then they start tussling through the cornfield. And he just starts wailing on him. And Zod's so stunned, he don't even know he getting hit for real. I like this part right here when he says, just the anger and emotion, you can just feel it in his voice. But from the pressure of the punches, they start skipping on the ground, crashing through a 7-Eleven and the gas station blowing up alongside it. But to be honest, this really can't be that bad. Cause look, we've seen all types of weird people and gas prices more dangerous than this. This ain't too serious. One 7-Eleven being gone from the world ain't that bad. 7-Eleven workers don't be giving a fuck anyway. This is a dream come true for them.
Next, please.
Aside from that, Superman is sliding on the floor and Zod is recovering. He takes off the mask since it's no use to him anymore. But once it's off, he starts to malfunction and hallucinate immediately. Cause his x-ray vision is going haywire. If you look closer, he can see his x-ray in flesh. And he's uncontrollably hearing everything around him. Trains, cars, and people's not even close to him. Now he's asking what has he done, like he just performed some kind of sorcery on him. Superman explains how he was able to hone his senses and only focus on one thing at a time. This is just hilarious cause Superman over here talking to him and he just over here in agony, trying to focus and can't even think straight. Now while Zod is suffering and squirming in pain, his ship comes out of nowhere and blasts Superman. This nigga got support items by his side. Like, what are you doing? His soldiers come and take him to safety to recover. And he really think he menacing looking at him like this.
No!
Cause your name is General Zod, but you over here getting assistance in a one-on-one fight. Stay there and adapt in the middle of battle like a true warrior. Like I swear, when your soldiers came down and grabbed you, instead of taking you into the ship, they should have threw you back into the fight. Nah, let them run their ones. Nah, get back in there. So then Zod escapes for a quick lunch break. The same lunch break your coworkers take when they don't give a damn. And then the dust settles to see the two Kryptonians walking towards him, very slowly with an intimidating presence. I love the detail of the civilians just running around trying to get away. Now let's get some things straight first, just so you know why the fight goes down the way it does. Kal-El, aka Superman, was raised on Earth basically. So since he's superpowered, he had to hold back his entire life, or else the consequences will result in injury or death. With the help of his lovely parents, he learned to be gentle and reserved. This resulted in him living a regular life. No fighting experience at all, and doesn't even know his full capabilities at the age he is now. And just learned how to fly literally a few days before the fight. Just look how he crashes into a mountain. And can we really go back to the bullying scene? I don't condone this, so I can't just let him get away with it. He jump scares Clark out the window. Tells him, come on, Kent. He throws him into a gate. Clark is being passive. He yells at him to fight back. Why are you saying that like you don't got 10 niggas around you? Say that when you by yourself, buddy. But he says,
get up, Kent.
Why do you keep saying his name like that? You're saying it like it's a slur or something. What? He then throws his weak ass feint. Clark just jumping just to make him feel better about himself. Cause he says it in the scene right after.
Did it hurt you?
Yeah, they can.
I love that delivery. The boy knows his strength and he knows they're not as tough as him. And now the bully just continues on.
Come on, Kent.
Why do you keep saying his... Alright, what is your name? Your name is Whitney? Yeah, pack him up. This nigga should not be talking. I know this nigga mad as hell. He got a black Jehovah Witness name. Then he continues bullying. Talk about some.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Since you love to bully so much, let's bully you now. Let's start with the rows of teeth you got in your mouth. Your teeth look like an obstacle course. You know what? Since you don't like your name, let's get you a new one, Shark Mouth. My fault. This scene just pissed me off rewatching this movie. Now the Three Stooges. These are genetically engineered fighters. They were trained and honed their senses on Krypton. So they are experienced fighters and were genetically engineered to be fighters. But remember in the movie they were locked away in the Phantom Zone for who knows how long. Maybe y'all could tell me in the comments. I know it's between the time Clark landed on Earth and the upcoming fight, but maybe time moves differently in the Phantom Zone. I don't know. But the whole point of me yapping about their backstories is to point out that they both were at a disadvantage during this fight. Both sides had to adapt in different ways. Superman with his inexperience, and Zod and his goons with their senses being dull for so long and their skills being rusty. I just love to know and give context to whatever I just love to know or give context to whatever I'm explaining. And with that being said, let's get back to the showdown. Now we get back to the fight and Superman is bracing for it. Remember, this is his first fight. He got that nervous feeling we all get. And civilians are running inside trying to get to safety. And I didn't even notice this until somebody put it out in the comments, making fun of the fact that he said get inside.
Get inside. It's not safe.
When it's literally not safe inside either. And that's so true. Niggas was locking doors, but they saw them crashing through 7-Elevens and shaking it off. We need more civilians using logic in these movies. Now they showing the camera angle with their fists balled up. That's how you know there's about to be a showdown. And then all of a sudden the military comes out of nowhere and starts shooting everything up. Oh my gosh, bro. Y'all do this every movie. I've been yapping for too long. I just gotta get to the fight. The military is putting in as much effort as they can. We already know it's no use, but I like how they bullets can actually push them away. But it's all for naught. Cause this big dude, his name is Namek, by the way. Crazy, cause it's basically Namek from Dragon Ball. He starts to run, skip, and leap onto the jet and just starts tearing it apart. And this detail right here might be too graphic. When he offs the pilot, he crushes his skull and his body just becomes ash along with the wind. That's such a cool and insane detail I noticed after rewatching. We really are just marshmallows to anybody with super strength. And then the jet crashes. And then Faora, we're just gonna call her Faye for right now. She jumps through the explosion looking clean as hell. Tries to attack the next fighter jet, but then Superman catches her midair. And then they start crashing down through an IHOP. Alright, 7-Eleven, I'll let it slide. You could vanish shows off the face of the earth. But leave IHOP out of this. Superman finally gets up out of nowhere. She sneaks, bro. And he tries to blitz her and she weaves. I like how you see right here that he's recognizing the skill difference. Superman tries to attack again. He goes for a hit to the rib. He deflects that and he throws 2 jabs. She slaps both of those away and punches him dead in his head. And then Superman has a slow recovery while she's monologuing about evolution. And all she really saying is, this nigga just like Goku. He explains him having morals and not being able to kill is what's gonna make him lose. Him being good is weird, evolution, and yada 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 yada. Anyway, Superman tries to blitz her and gets caught by the neck and then punched to the ground. And I just gotta say this, I love the shockwaves after each punch. It just shows you the sheer force of power that they're capable of. She fully picks him up off the ground, got a full grip on him, puts him over her head, got my goat looking stupid. She launches him out the IHOP. He crashes through an innocent home, then crashes into a bank vault. Then she pops up in the bank and gets to yapping about evolution again, like, girl, we don't care. This is exactly how villains lose the fight. They stay in monologue. Then Superman rushes her through a wall, then through a truck, then back through the truck and the bank. All that to hit her with a mean rush while she's on the ground. She weaves it, but Superman not giving her a break. He rushes Faye, but Namek comes in and grabs him by both of his legs. Not even his legs, he grabs him by his ankles. This ever get done to me in the fight, I'm making sure nobody lives. Superman gets slammed on the ground. Namek picks him up and then slams him back on his neck. Then punches him into a clothesline by Faye. This is some blind teamwork right here. It don't get no better than this. Now they both look back and this part had me dead. Cause why is he just laying flat on the floor? My son just lay on the floor, bro. He's not even moving though. Like, Superman, get up, bro. It ain't even hurt that bad. Now Faye turns him over with her foot, which is hella disrespectful. It was a setup for Namek to rush him and then scrape his body against the concrete. Alright, y'all gonna have to keep up a little bit cause it's just a straight scuffle. Namek hits him with a heavy ass punch. Faye tries to run in for a kick. He uses that momentum to trip her. Almost gets stomped out, but he weaves it and tries to fly away, but gets grabbed by his cape and sat right back down. They're not trying to let him go nowhere. He deflects her punch. Her face hits the floor. He weaves a dangerous punch and uses her body as a weapon to get him off. He tries to fly off with Faye. It's a good play because I think he's trying to separate them and take them out one by one. But it fails because this big ass nigga Namek jumps in the air and with his weight drags both of them down and they all start tumbling on the street. It's funny because they look like cartoon characters when too many of them get into a fight. The smoke settles and Namek immediately tries to end Superman. This type of reaction is insane. You can really see true fear in his eyes. My fault. Just know when someone this strong is looking like this, just know they're in trouble. He misses that attack, then this girl goes in and palms his head. And Namek chokes him. These hand placements are crazy and are making me very uncomfortable. He gets punched in his face and starts to charge up his laser vision. I think this is the first time he's done this. Blasting it, they ain't never seen nothing like this. Military tries to intervene again. Let's not even worry about them. They're small fry at this point. They could get ignored the rest of the film. And Namek agrees because he throws a van at the helicopter. It hits the tail of the helicopter and one of them falls out. Got that boy screaming for his life. I don't blame him. Superman saves him but immediately gets snuffed right after. Got him rolling on the floor. Just a fun fact on why this man is so strong is because he is a hybrid. He's mixed with Kryptonian and this animal that was on Krypton called a Rondor beast, I think. And it made him bigger, more durable, gave him enhanced strength as well. So his performance ain't bullshit. He's really tough. Now it pans to Faye locking eyes with her next victims. She leaps over there, stands there and horrifies a little bit as the machine guns do nothing to her. She slaps two away, picks him up by his shirt, drags him to the next victim, picks him up, throw both of them. Notice how she throws one of them into the fire. And this is one of my favorite parts of the fight and one of the best ways I've seen speed portrayed in the film. Besides the Eternals, I haven't even seen the movie, but all I know is this scene right here. Just look how majestic the speed is. Punch here, punch there, punch there, punch here. So many punches I can't even speak English. Does a Superman punch and just keeps going with a barrage of blows. Well, I could tell this movie crazy. Let me know if y'all want me to review the fights in here. He speed blitz all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this. We need all speedsters to be moving like this in every movie. Just to break that sequence down, I had to slow it down. She straight up punches him, uppercuts him, punches him down, chokes him in one hand and flings him to the side. Superman and Namek just duking it out, punch to his ribs, one to his chin, and now they get into a lock. Superman takes things into the air for his advantage, but Namek throws him back down and tries to stomp him out. Superman flies into him and sets up a combo. 2 more haymakers to the face. He flies to him, peep how he slips the punch, drags him into the air and just punches him so hard that he flies into a train and exploded. Now, Faye and the Chief have a standoff, and I've seen a lot of people hyping up his bravery, saying how even Faye respects him as a true warrior for his willingness to fight. And I'm sorry, the bravery ain't gonna sell me, cause look at this scene right here. Nigga. Alright, just a couple more times. Brother, this ain't doing nothing. She was moving like this against your soldiers. And the way you move it, you remind me of the clerks at the grocery store. Yeah, I really think y'all be moving fast the whole time. Y'all just look nervous. I commend the effort, to be honest, but you just look goofy doing this. But he gets saved by Superman. Faye's mask is messing up. Just know she's gonna get packed up soon. Then out of nowhere, a train car flying through the air crash lands on Superman and rams him through a laundromat. Faye puts out her hands to take this missile from the jet. And the next scene, they show my girl laid out. I really think this was overconfidence because she put her hand out thinking that she could actually take this. And in normal situations, she probably would. But with her mask being broken and them not being around the sun for as long as Superman, it just ended in a failure. Then they pick her lifeless body up, they go into the ship and fly away. Now we finally get to Zod and Superman's fight. And remember what I told y'all, he really took a 3-hour break, left his soldiers on the battlefield by themselves, and then came back talking philosophical. No, he really just wasted his breath because during this whole monologue, Superman just looking at him with the straightest face. And then in the other scene, he just looking at this nigga in disappointment. And I agree with him, this sob-ass story you trying to tell. Why you look like you about to cry in this frame? Let's just skip past his monologuing part and get straight to the finale. Zod attacks first with a full power shoulder bump and it sends Superman skipping across the ground. Superman is hurt and Zod starts yapping again for about the 17th time in this movie, giving Superman time to recover. Then they both rush towards each other and make a huge impact, destroying everything around them and sends them flying away. Superman crashes through the building and starts sliding on the ground. And how many times have I said this already? This man has slid on every single piece of concrete during the fight. Like Superman, lock in and stop with the nonsense. Once Zod jumps in, you see his laser vision starts to activate. And as you can see, he's not used to the force that comes with his power. Then he uncontrollably lasers everything in sight. They both notice the building collapsing and both try to escape, with this very cinematic scene of Superman flying out the building. All of that just to have his body tumbling through the street. And I've lost track of how many times he slid on his ground. Superman appears from the smoke and Zod kicks a gasoline tank at him. Superman casually hovers over it. Then he watches the explosion in awe like he couldn't do nothing about it. Then Zod lands a sucker punch. I don't even respect sucker punches, but that was too vicious to ignore. Superman stops the momentum by slipping two of his attacks. He tries to hit Zod with a downward smash, but he's ready for it. Flows into a left to the ribs, but is blocked. He counters with a hook to the solar plexus. He puts his hand on his neck for more precision to throw that hook to his rib, making him slide on concrete. Then in the next frame, he's dead in this nigga's face. Didn't even give him time to breathe. Almost knocks his head off, but then a liver shot by Superman. He slides into a car and Superman presses him. You can see Zod in that instance try to counterattack, but he was too slow and gets punched down. But then a car lays him out of nowhere. Okay, I guess. And Zod uses that opportunity to Sparta kick Superman. And now he on the floor trying to catch all the wind that got knocked out his chest. But Zod rushes him mid-breath and does a down-up combo, sending him flying and bouncing off a building. And I love what Zod says right here.
There's only one way this ends, Cal. Either you die or I do.
Love the line because it just shows his vicious mindset. Then he leaps onto the building and he starts to jump on the walls of the building, really resembling the scene of Maharaja swimming through buildings in JJK. Superman flies, breaking the windows with his speed, and now they're both rushing towards each other to have their second clash. Zod's body flies away and hits a building. Superman chases him down but can't seem to find him. And then this nigga pops out with a steel beam, using laser vision to shorten the life of the beam, but still gets hit anyway, mainly because Zod uses any opening to get a hit off. Superman had his eyes closed because this is the second time he used laser vision. He's still not used to it, but Zod don't give a fuck, he gonna hit him anyway. Love this little detail of the accident sign, changing from 106 to 0 from the collision. Now just a scene of Zod talking mess, talking about how he was bred to be a warrior. He's trained his entire life, honed all his senses. Could have sworn he said all of this already. Plus, you was getting mixed at certain points of the fight. So everything you just said just went in one ear and out the other. We do not care about what you're talking about. Just get in there and fight. Zod starts breaking off the fit. It starts showing his ability to fly.
What the fuck was that?
I'm dead. He doing this like he ascended to the heavens. Like this man actually thinks he's a god when he was just getting done up like this. And they don't even waste time starting with a rush through the steel beams. Now them boys tussling in the air. You can't really see, but Superman getting all his shots blocked. It gets headbutted far away. Zod doesn't even give him time. Punch him with perfect form. Really just dodging and weaving and swerving till Zod tries to land a hit that's deflected and countered into a roll off the foot, sending him into a... Now this nigga's next move is to fly for his life. And now Superman has to chase him all throughout the city. The fact that we gotta do whole Scooby-Doo chase scenes to find you, yeah, we not doing none of that. Just come out wherever you are. Zod loves using the environment to his advantage. This is a part of battle IQ, and it definitely translates in his fighting ability. Funny he's saying that because he throws him into one building. Superman tackles him into the other and starts dragging his head along the glass and the concrete. Superman's punch gets deflected, and he really got hit with a cartoon punch, getting sent in the air, grabbed by his cape, and getting twirled and spun around. I don't care how strong you are, I don't care how much you've been winning the fight. If this gets done to you, it's immediately embarrassing. And then he gets launched through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings, and then he just ragdolled out the last one. This shot of him upside down really got it though. Now the battle stage is in space. Zod gets thrown into a satellite. He then breaks the satellite in half and kicks that shit. Superman braces the impact of the satellite. Zod uses that blind spot to ram through the satellite and Superman, dragging them both down to Earth, igniting fire on them as they come down like meteors. And out the smoke, all we see is Zod in the opposite position, getting his face grabbed. How did he even get like this? So now this nigga's just raging in midair. They both crash into the pillar. Zod is stunned and Superman slams him down, slams his head a few times to make sure he's not going nowhere. And now they end up in the lock and Zod is getting choked up. Realizing it's no use, he tries to take people out with him. Superman is begging and pleading for him to stop. As the laser gets closer and closer, Superman loses hope and continues to beg. And look what Zod says right after.
Never.
It's not even about what he says, it's about the conviction in his words. He will never stop unless he's killed. And even Superman realizes that. With the look of the innocent people and the conclusion he just came to, the climax arises, with Zod's neck getting snapped. His lifeless body drops, and eyes dim out, and Superman screams in agony of what he was forced to do. There was no choice, only a decision. Ending his first fight and the kill, Lois comforts him, and that's the end of the showdown. Sorry for the wait, I'm back consistently. Next is Stranger Things and Kill Bill.